Hey everyone, welcome to drinknectar.com. I'm your host, Josh Wade, and today we're going to Michigan, my third visit to Michigan for a wine tasting. And one thing that I am noticing is some of the white grapes coming out of there, extremely high acid. They have some challenge, I guess, growing seasons can be a little shorter, some cool weather. But what I'm seeing is some great quality, some consistency coming out of there, making me very curious about visiting for a wine trip. Can certainly see some great opportunity and some great quality coming out of the region. So this is, like I said, my third tasting of Michigan wine. Have experienced some great stuff with Black Star Farms. I forget the other one, my apologies. But tonight we're visiting Silverleaf Wineries, and we're going to start off with a Pinot Gris. There was some debate online as to vintage of this, and I believe they said that it is a vintage wine. They just don't have the year on there. I'm not certain why. Very light and pear kind of color. Let's give it a sniff. Pretty tight on fruit on the nose. What I'm immediately getting is a lot of steeliness, minerality, and maybe a little bit of stone fruit in there coming out, but I'm curious about giving it a sip here. Very beautiful in the mouth. It's an elegant Pinot Gris. The acidity is not as screaming as some of the other wines I've tried from Michigan, but it does have a great zest in the back end. A lot of peach and tropical flavors in the front end, along with some good lemon. Not quite a lot of pucker on the back end, which is good. Makes it for a nice, easy sipper. The wine's only, I believe, $14. It has a great amount of structure and character to it. The finish is nice, long, and lingering. So, fantastic wine. Excellent pairing with whitefish, shellfish, any kind of seafood you have over there. Asian cuisine would be a great pairing with those types of things. Second wine we're going to try out of Michigan is the Silverleaf 2009 Riesling. This is their dry Riesling. About 1% residual sugar. Curious on the website says added in or possibly added back sugar. Very intriguing on the winemaking process there. Was it fermented to bone dry and the sugar added back, or was the fermentation stopped at about 1% residual sugar? Similar in color to the last wine. Gotta love these hotel wine glasses. Let's give it a sniff. All right, so a good amount of peach. I want to actually say something about the last wine. When I first opened it up, and I mentioned on Twitter there was like a must and dust kind of aroma, and I did mention that it blew off in about 10 minutes, and it is gone. That mustiness and that dustiness isn't there after the bottle's been opened. So if you ever get a wine that you're experiencing something like that, put it aside for an hour, 2 hours, decant it if it's red wine. Oftentimes that will blow off and dissipate and you won't experience it. So back to this wine. Okay, so you do get a little floral component in there, but other than that, it's not getting a ton happening on the nose. Seems real restrained, kind of playing hide and seek a little bit. Let's give it a sip. All right, this wine has a lot of lemon lime zest on the back end. Kind of that pucker that a lot of people either love or hate when it comes to a Riesling. Definitely get a good full amount of fruit and a nice sweetness, just a touch of sweetness on the very, very tip of your tongue. But it's not overwhelming. The acidity in the back end is nice. Getting more of kind of the apricot and some pear in there. Those perfumey aromas that I got on the nose do come through a little bit on the palate. So overall, at a $14 Riesling, a good price point. I can see them selling a lot of this wine. Especially great pairing, like I mentioned, similar to the last wine where you have some spicy Asian cuisine, some Thai food, those types of things. The last wine we're having is the Silverleaf Purplefoot. They call this a red table wine, but in actuality it is Lemberger. The 100% Lemberger grape, which for those of you in Washington State know fairly well with Kiona Vineyards. Good dark. It's about 50% transparent in there. I already kind of get some on the nose. Let's give it a sniff. All right, so it's very gamey, very meaty, like a raw meat component. It sounds a little unappetizing, but a little bit of raw meat combined with some grapiness in there. Get a little bit of spice too. It's I wouldn't say it's a lovely aroma, but certainly one that kind of reminds me of barbecue. So let's give it a sip. All right, so a little thin on the fruit. Not a lot happening there. Good amount of structure and tannin on the back end. A little pokey on the edges, so it's not smooth going down, even though that tannin structure is still there. Would be a great food wine. Certainly desiring to be paired with barbecue and beef, pork, those types of things. Just imagine yourself enjoying a nice warm fall evening on the deck while you're grilling. This would be a perfect wine for that. All in all, kind of similar characteristics to what I'm experiencing across my other tastings I've had with Michigan wine, where the white wines are really stand out, and the red wines probably just need a little bit more age on those vines, a little more winemaker skill characteristics coming through. Just a little more experience coming out of the state, but certainly a lot of room for growth and potential. And I'm always, like I said last time about Michigan, very excited about the future of the wine in that state. So I want to thank the guys at Michigan by the Bottle, Shannon and Courtney. You guys are always gracious hosts for these, and I appreciate it. And thanks also to the Silverleaf Winery for being a part of something new and weird and strange about tasting wine on Twitter. But life's always meant to be enjoyed.